website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, why is it sometimes that the upstrokes are harder than the downstrokes? And what do you do about it? And we're talking sweep picking, upstrokes, when you're doing an upward sweep, or a descending sweep actually, or you're doing picking on one string. It seems that the upstrokes sometimes are harder. Well, first of all, most people start with downstrokes mostly, right? Because we start with some kind of riff, right? That's the first reason. And secondly, you got gravity working against you when you do the upstroke. So when you have a downstroke, the gravity is pulling your hand down. And when you do an upstroke, it's the other way around. So you have more load on your hand. That doesn't matter. It's not like it's actually harder to do the upstroke, but it seems harder because it's a different thing than the downstroke. So what we basically just need to do is learn the upstroke as well as the downstroke, and there's no way around that. There's no trick. The only trick we have is to use a metronome, to force your brain to have the same amount of time in between each and every stroke. So the more you can use the metronome to go and follow the beat perfectly and play the metronome game, as I describe in other YouTube videos, where you gradually go higher and higher on the metronome, that will absolutely force your upstrokes to be aligned with your downstrokes. And then the more you do that, the less it will be a challenge. Because it's basically not a matter of some kind of, complex reason for why it is like that. It's just because of gravity and just because you haven't done it so much. And there's no special exercise we can do here, because most often when people practice something, they don't see that they waste time playing a lot of stuff that they actually are very good at. So, for instance, if they're playing 4 chords, they're having trouble going between chord number 3 and chord number 4, but they're playing all 4 chords in the loop. So they're playing basically a lot of stuff they know already, and then just a little bit of what is their challenge. So they're spending hours getting very little out of their practice sessions. We can't do this with the upstrokes. We can't isolate them and say, okay, now I'm going to do only upstrokes, because in between every upstroke will be a downstroke, whether you hit the string or not. So that picking up and down or sweep picking up and down is it. It's the actual exercise you need to do. You just need to do more of it, but you need to be absolutely sure that you are in time. That's what's going to fix it. And then the brain naturally just adjusts the amount of pressure it applies to your hand when you go up compared to down. So it just annihilates the whole gravity challenge completely. And then you don't feel it. It's like it's not there anymore. So what's the exercise? When it comes to alternate picking, it's up and down on one string. It's the only thing you can do. When it comes to sweep picking, it's a good idea to limit the sweep to a couple of strings or 3 strings. Got that exercise in one of the free, recent free videos here. In order for you to do the downstrokes, then the upstrokes, and keep them in time, use the metronome. So and listen for the timing of it, right? Spend as much time as you can each day without going insane doing just that. So by the end of your metronome practicing, after you've been doing that for a couple of weeks, you're actually able to do it without the metronome and still keep the timing. But that timing is so important. As long as you allow yourself to play without timing and go, you are strengthening and strengthening and strengthening that pattern of having the upstrokes be harder than the downstrokes. So be very careful here that you do not practice with a variable tempo. It needs to be in time, like very strict. If you can keep that, then it's just a matter of repeating those repetitions enough times. And I'm talking thousands here, because when we're talking speed, we're really talking about doing something so much that it becomes totally effortless for the body. So you can talk and smoke and drive a car as you do it. It's not magic, it's just a pattern in the brain. And the only way to get that pattern in there is just endless repetitions. And it's not hard, it's not boring, because you can, once you've been working with the metronome for long enough, you can absolutely do it while you talk to your friends, watch TV. And if you can't do it while you're watching TV, if you keep messing it up, then you're practicing something too complex, or you need to work some more with the metronome. Once you're over that point of working with the metronome, and you can actually do it unconsciously as you watch TV, or even talk, that's a little bit harder. But just watching TV, just watching a sitcom, when you can do that, then you can just watch 3 or 4 hours of TV each night, and you can even talk to your friends a little bit, or to your family, and then you get in all of that automatic practicing. And that's really the stage you want to get to, because now it's not hard anymore. You don't even use effort. You just practice something at a low level, and then you take it to a higher and higher level by doing it perfectly, with total accuracy and precision, totally relaxed, and you just get in thousands of repetition, and you make that a lifestyle. And then, I promise you, the upstrokes will be as easy as the downstrokes. There's no difference for me anymore, but I remember there being a difference. But you will absolutely disintegrate that, or remove that, by just doing enough repetitions in time. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.